Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Hi there, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It's a Friday morning here, and we're coming from New York City. My name is Frank Allan, and welcome to another edition of the Coffee Hour. We're here every Friday, as you already know, and we get together each Friday, have a little coffee, talk a little conversation, and give you all kinds of great information and conversation, and have a whole lot of fun. We thank you so much for being along with us, as usual. And just in case you're at work right now, you want to take that coffee break, take it with us. All you have to do is sit at your desk for that 15 minutes that you may be allotted by your employer, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the coffee, watch the show. And even after the coffee break is over, you can still watch the show and do a little multitasking at the same time. So we thank you so much for being along with us. For the rest of you, if you're just joining us for the first time, don't make it your last time. We're going to tell you how you can be part of us on a permanent basis. So thank you so much for watching. Now, we're all over the place, you know. We're broadcasting live on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook live right now. So you can choose any one of those mediums and watch us, and we will be right there. Now, those of you who want to indulge in conversation, you are able to do that. And as you see me, we can talk live. I can talk live to you right now. All you have to do is just type in what you want to say. And of course, I will indulge you in conversation and answer your questions, maybe your suggestions and your ideas, maybe about the show, and just normal conversation. And by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook, please, you can do it right now as we speak, because the show is just getting started. Tag your friends, tag this very show to your friends. You can do that and bring them all in and have them become part of us. And for watching us on YouTube, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is right there. And of course, that will give you the opportunity to join us when you get notification if we're broadcasting live, or if we so much as post a video of some sort. And it's right there. So that's the benefit of joining us. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you do the same thing. All you have to do is just be part of us and like us and say hello. And to everybody out there who are watching, all of you people who are watching idly, that's okay too. Sometimes you may not want to talk or say anything in particular, and you can do that. That's it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show too. But for the rest of you, if you happen to be joining us and indulging in conversation, give us your weather forecast. Give us your weather forecast, and I'm going to give you mine in just a few minutes. Later on in the program, we've got, as usual, we've got sports. Our 2020 feature, we've got sports update, Brian Camp. And he's not going to be with us today, but he left us information that we're going to relay to you in sports. That's coming up 20 past the hour. And 20 to the hour, the second part of the 2020 feature, DJ Pete comes along. Initially, he wasn't going to be here, but I think he is going to be here now. From what I see, I think he's going to be here. So I just want to, he sent me information, but he's in our waiting room right now. So I'm assuming that he's going to be doing this show live, and we'll find out in just a few minutes for that information. Good morning to DJ Pete. Is it true what I see here, that you're going to be live with us today, later on, 20 to the hour? He says good morning. We'll find out more about that later. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for being along. If you're just joining us, it's coming up to 4 minutes past the hour. It's 4 minutes past the hour. Now, you could be anywhere in your different time zones around the world. Let's see, he says, let's make it 10:30. Pete, I don't know if I can do that. I've got other things going on right now. I don't know if I can do that. So you let me know now what you're gonna do. All right. I don't think I can do 10:30. All right. If that's a rush, let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. In the meantime, let me get the show going. Just in case you're just joining us. All right. If that's all right with you, I don't know, 10:30, that's kind of I don't know. Okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the coffee hour. And by the way, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Delicious coffee, right on schedule. It's right there, right on schedule. Thank you so much for being along with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to present all of those things that we told you about. We're going to give you the sports, and later on in the program too, as always, as I promised, I will relay to you those movies, those classic movies that come from Turner Classic Movies, those movies that you like so much, to go on to your to-do list or your bucket list for the weekend. If you want to catch up on movies, I have a few that I think you're going to like. And we're going to give that to you later on in the program. That's all coming up. And of course, you and me and all of us in conversation. And we're going to move that right along. DJ Pete, I think I may be able to do that. 10:30, I can do 10:30. Okay, I'm gonna rearranging a lot of things. You know, you got a strict program. You know, it's hard to accommodate. I try my best. I tried my best. So we're gonna just we'll do 10:30, Pete. You're out there. We'll do 10:30. It's good to have you along. So DJ Pete is going to be here with this part of the 2020 feature. Only he's going to come on a little bit earlier. And we're going to do that. Okay, so 10:30 it is. I'll just move things around a bit. You know, just do. I try to do my best. I'm not a bad guy. You know, I try to do my best to help out. You know, and even though it may be a little hard at one particular point, maybe I'm throwing a curveball at some time, but I still try. I still try. And so DJ Pete, we're going to do 10:30. 10:30. Okay, I'm going to help you out. All right. Now help me out, ladies and gentlemen, by coming in. And if you're indulging in conversation, you could help me out by indulging in conversation with me. All right. And we would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions at all, any kind of questions at all, please be in mind that we can answer all of those questions for you. We can answer all of the questions for you that you have, whether it's about the show or anything that we do here. We do that. I notice in my studio monitor, the live studio monitor freezes up. I noticed that happens. It's frozen now. I know we're on the air now. We're on the air, but I know my studio monitor has froze up. It's the live studio monitor, not the program monitor, and not the audition monitor. But the program monitor, the on-the-air live monitor, is frozen. But the station is going out on the air, as I could see. That doesn't affect the air. I guess it's just my monitor. I don't know why that is. It happened last night when I was doing a Talk Back Live, and it happened last week when I was doing the coffee hours. So I don't know. It's probably a Facebook thing. It's probably a Facebook thing because we've never really had these problems before. So we're gonna take care of all of that. We're gonna take care of all of that. Okay, so let's get to the weather right now, okay, and see what's happening. In New York City, it's not bad for us. It's not bad in New York City at all right now. We've got 65 degrees, and it's only after 10 o'clock here in New York. We have 65 degrees right now. That's what we have right now, 65 degrees. And it's feeling good out there. Now, yesterday, we had some pretty good weather. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. In the morning, it was a lot of rain, but in the afternoon, the sun started to come out and it started to look good. So everything is looking good right now. So let's get the weather right now. 65 degrees outside. We're going to have a mix of clouds and sun this morning, and it'll be followed by increasing cloudiness with showers developing this afternoon. Expected mist and reduced visibilities at times. Wow, okay, we'll have a high 73 degrees. That's not bad at all. That's jacket weather. We'll have winds going on from southeast to 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 50%. That's 50-50 chance. And for tonight, it's going to be thunderstorms early, then cloudy skies after midnight. We'll have a low 63 degrees. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 60%. Now, tomorrow is a big difference because here in New York, we're going to get our first taste of summer weather. Our very first taste of summer weather, even though summer is not officially here yet, but our first taste of summer weather. Listen to this: a few clouds early, otherwise mostly sunny. We'll have a near record high. Temperatures at 93 degrees. 93 degrees for the high tomorrow, and winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So go to the beach, take advantage of it because it's not going to really last that long. For tomorrow night, if you're going out on the town, it's going to be mostly clear skies, and we'll have a low temperature 73 degrees, winds light and variable. And Sunday, we go back again into the 90s, mostly sunny in the morning with isolated thunderstorms developing late in the day. We'll have a high 91 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 30%. So the weekend is going to be warm. It's going to be warm. Now, I don't see any humidity involved in it. So as long as there's no humidity involved in it, then we're going to be okay. But it's going to be warm, and people are going to be going out on their jackets. By the way, we still repeating that current temperature we have in New York City. It's 65 degrees, right? And right now the sun is kind of, fighting the clouds at this particular moment. But it's coming along pretty well. It's okay. Okay, so being that it's going to be summer. Summer is coming before you know it. And particularly Saturday, people are going to be doing a lot of things here in New York. It's going to be summer in New York, even though summer is not officially here yet. It's going to be warm outside. So I can think of a lot of things and a lot of people, what they're going to do. They got plans already. Now, people who know this for a fact, people who are working right now, when they get off work, they're going to head for the supermarket and grab snacks and all kinds of things, and beers and wines and all of that, and just have a outdoor barbecue, or just sit out on the lawn, or do whatever have to do just to stay warm and cool, or whatever. And they're going to really celebrate tomorrow. And I can imagine the beaches are going to be crowded. You got Coney Island Beach here in New York. You have Orchard Beach in the Bronx, and you have Long Island Beach in Long Island, and so many other things. I mean, California, okay, the beach is always swinging in California. We don't even have to discuss that. It's always swinging in California. And when I think of the beach, I always think of Santa Monica, which is my favorite place in California, in the LA County. Santa Monica, beach weather. And so, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that even though the weather is going to be warm, please take that in stride. Understand that we're going to cool down after the weekend is over. But so therefore, I'm not saying wear a jacket. I'm not saying that because it's going to be too hot for that. What I am saying, though, is that don't shred down to a string bikini. All right. Besides, you don't want to walk out in the street with a string bikini anyway, right? That's for the beach. But I do imagine that you wear your clothes over your string bikini, and then you hit the beach, and then you could show off that nice string bikini that you bought just a couple of weeks ago, getting ready for the summer. And you get to wear it. You get to wear it. How about that? Okay, so everything is going to be done. Now, when the summertime comes around, a lot of things are going to be happening here, and I know they do happen here in New York, and I'm pretty sure they'll happen to wherever you are and wherever you're watching. You have the street fairs, you have all kinds of outdoor entertainment, the outdoor bands. The bands come out to play. Years ago, we used to have what they call this Jazzmobile, and I think it still exists. I just don't hear about it too much anymore. They used to come all around New York and stop in different parts of the city, and they played music, and they were just like a mobile jazz. It was called the Jazzmobile, and it was fun to watch. They used to come in all of the neighborhoods, and being a jazz person myself, I love jazz. I was really knocked out about that. So all of those things happen. All of those things. I'm not saying they're going to have a Jazzmobile in your area, but of course that would be nice if they did. But I do know that a lot of things are going to be happening, and people are gearing up for the summer. I'm certainly gearing up for the summer, and I hope that you guys are too. It's now Coming up to 15 minutes past the hour. We're 15 minutes into the show, and just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. Frank Allan with you, and those of you who are watching, hello Facebook, hello YouTube, and hello Instagram. Hello all of you guys for being around and watching the show. Okay, hey, I have some good news for you. It's in the music field. Here's some good news I've gotten managed to get. I mentioned it last night on Talkback Live. Listen to this. Listen to this. It's the Country Music Hall of Fame, and it has announced a new group of inductees for 2022. Rock and roll pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis is one of them. He will be inducted in the veteran category, and the neo-traditionalist Keith Whitley will join the Hall of Fame in the modern category, and the former RCA Records executives will be, and these are former RCA record executives, and they will be coming in as members in the non-performing category. So congratulations to all of you guys, Jerry Lee Lewis, and to Keith Whitley, and to all of the former RCA record executives. They're inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Now, we already know Jerry Lee Lewis is already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, he should have been in this Country Hall of Fame a long time ago. He does a little bit of both, but he was more famous for his rock and roll, but he's in that Hall of Fame, and he's been there ever since 1986. So congratulations, Jerry Lee Lewis. I'm partial to Jerry Lee Lewis, and he's been around for a long time, and he really knows that. He used to call himself the Wild Child, the Killer, but his nickname is the Killer. And he is the Wild Child. And great balls of fire, Jerry Lee Lewis. Here's more news in the entertainment industry. Rihanna, pop entertainer Rihanna, you know who she is, the girl from I think she's from Barbados, right? Rihanna is a mom now. Would you believe that? Rihanna's a mom now, pop entertainer Rihanna, and fellow entertainer, which he goes by the name of ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky welcomed into their family a baby boy, a healthy baby boy. I hope he's healthy. We don't have a name yet. I wish we had a name so we can welcome him properly, but it's a baby boy. And she gave birth to her baby boy last Friday. We're just getting the news. I just got the news just yesterday. And they're home in Los Angeles right now, taking care of everything. So the baby is, so we just want to say, even though the baby boy doesn't have a name yet, we want to welcome the baby boy into the world. And congratulations to Rihanna and ASAP. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So there you go. News, great news all around. People having babies and people being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Great news all around. I love reporting great news. However, you know, it's not great news with this war going on. We do have that war going on, as you already know, the invasion of Ukraine from Russia, and that's going on. And I acknowledge that each week because a lot of people have lost their lives in that war. People are still losing their lives right now. People are fighting. People have fled, crossing the border, making sure they can get their families safe. Their husbands send their wives and their children over. And in some cases, the mothers take their children over, but they cross back over to the border to be with their husband. They just want to make sure that their children are safe. And that's what I call great parents. They do that. Parents put themselves out of the way and make sure they provide for their little ones. So that's the way it goes on. So we're going to keep our prayers open to the people in Ukraine. And I just want them to know that we're for you, we're with you, we love you, and we pray for you. And we hope that this has to come to an end somehow. This war has to come to an end somehow. And we're hoping that it comes along soon. I see people coming into Facebook, and most people are idle. So that's okay, and they're watching the show. So I just want to say hello to all of you guys who are idle. Thank you for dropping by, and all of you people who are watching us on YouTube, and all of you people who are watching us on Instagram too. Instagram out there, all of the people, everybody's here. So thank you so much for being along with us. And we're looking forward to a great weekend. We're really looking forward to a great weekend. I hope you do. And if your weekend is going to be, it's not going to be like ours. If it's not going to be like ours here in New York, and it's on the damp side. Of course, you could always catch up on a lot of things. No matter how the weather is, you could always come up with something, come up with some great idea. And that's what I call innovation. You know, you always come up with some great ideas, and that's great to know too. So there we go. And now it's 20 past the hour. 20 past the hour. Since DJ Pete is going to come on early, we might as well get to the sports. This is around the time that Brian Camp comes in, but he's not in today. But he left us information. So we're going to get started with the sports right now. And we're going to start with the WNBA. Now, the U.S. announced former Marine Trevor Reed. You already heard about this story. He was released from Russian custody via a prisoner swipe after he had been detained for nearly 3 years. Now, his release immediately raised questions about the other two U.S. citizens detained in Russia. That was Paul Whelan and Brittany Griner, who's from the WNBA. And Russia has extended Griner's detention in Russia for an additional month, which means that her trial will be coming soon. Griner has been in detention for nearly 3 months. Moving over to the NBA now, the Milwaukee Bucks had canceled a watch party for Game 7 on last Sunday's against Boston Celtics after 21 people were injured in 3 separate shootings near an entertainment district in downtown Milwaukee at the end of the team's Game 6 Eastern Conference semifinals. And that they lost that on Friday night. Now let's go to the NFL. Now the NFL, we listen. You know, we're into the summer hours. We're into baseball right now, but we still have NFL news. Brian left it for us, so we're going to talk about it. A day after 10 people were killed and 3 others injured in a shooting at a Buffalo supermarket, Buffalo Bills safety Michael Hayden committed to donating a portion of his proceeds from his charity softball game to the families of the victims. Hayden said that the long-planned softball game was almost canceled due to the weekend's events, but that he felt it was important to bring the community together after such a tragedy and do something positive. Now, I know we're moving right ahead. We're moving really, really far ahead, way ahead of ourselves, because we have information of the games that are happening on Thanksgiving and Christmas. All right, we got some Thanksgiving games coming on November 24th, 2022. That's Thanksgiving Day. Buffalo Bills will be playing Detroit Lions at 12:30 p.m. on CBS. The New York Giants will play the Dallas Cowboys at 4:30 p.m. on Fox. And the New England Patriots will be playing my Minnesota Vikings at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. So we're going to have to be reminded of this because this is a long way. And even on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2022, Green Bay Packers will be playing the Miami Dolphins at 1 p.m. on Fox, and the Denver Broncos will be playing the Los Angeles Rams at 4:40 p.m. on CBS. And finally, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will be playing the Arizona Cardinals at 8:20 p.m. and that's happening on NBC. So we're way ahead of ourselves. And let it be said that you heard that particular news first right here, because I don't think anyone else is going that far ahead in the future. But we've got it here. Brian provided it us, and we're doing it. Okay, let's go to the Major League Baseball, okay, and talk about the New York Yankees pitcher, Nestor Cortez. He activated his Twitter account after screenshots surfaced Sunday of tweets from a decade ago that included racial slurs. Now, Cortez appeared to be using rap quotes lyrics, and at least some of the tweets, and he did not seem to be using words that were demeaning against anyone in particular or directly. Cortez says he was 17 years old, and that was 10 years ago when this all happened. And he, again, took everything down from his Twitter account just to clean up stuff. So at least, you know, he did that. You know, be very careful what you do on the internet, because ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you put out there, whatever you put out there today is out there forever, even if you delete it. So that information that he's deleting, it's out there forever. It's like going on the air. When we go on the air, on radio, TV, our voices hit the airwaves and it's out there forever. And when we're long gone, it's still out there. And DJ Pete could testify to that one. Okay, on this day, it's May 20th, and on this day, 1920, police raided the Chicago Cubs bench bleachers and arrested 24 fans for gambling. And in 1960, on this day, baseball game, let's see, the Milwaukee postponed their game due to dense fog. And in 1983, in Major League Baseball, Philadelphia Phillies Steve Carlton passes Walter Johnson. And he passes with the second most strikeouts. And okay, we got 1988, Mike Smith hits his 535th home run, moving to 8th place. In 1997, Chicago White Sox Frank Thomas reaches base safety for the 15th straight time. And finally, birthdays who are celebrated today. The late Bobby Mercer was born in 1946. Happy birthday. And he was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And in 1963, David Wells, who played Major League Baseball too, was born on this day. And he was born in Torrance, California. And that's it in sports. Thank you, Brian, for providing all of that information. And we hope to see Brian back here next week in full force so he can do his own sports, because that's what he does right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you. And once again, if you're with us, and I hope that you are, and I hope that you stay with us for the balance of the show, because we're going to be with you, providing you with all kinds of great information. And DJ Pete is coming along in just a few minutes from now, And so, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's time for me to shoot up. So excuse me. You know, and pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen, pretty soon, we're going to be indulging in iced coffee. I can't wait for that. I mean, there's so many things coming out. There's a lot of things. I mean, there's no time. There's a lot of people say, you drink iced coffee. You can't drink iced coffee. It's wintertime. Well, let me tell you something. There's no rule about anything. You can drink iced coffee in the wintertime. You can drink it in the summertime. You can drink it in the morning. You can drink it in the evening. You can drink it with your midnight snack. There's no rule about anything. And when it comes to food, there's no rule about anything. A lot of people indulge in food that's like unprecedented, but they do it because that's what they like. Let's say, for instance, Elvis Presley, he liked his peanut butter and banana sandwiches, right? Now, I don't know how many people, I'm pretty sure he sold that too, to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure just because of the fact that Elvis did that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people tried it too. People do that. People have marshmallow sandwiches. And if you're really down and out in Beverly Hills, you may have an onion sandwich with no meat in between it. Listen, to each his own. That's what I say. Live and let live. We're here. We're here for a purpose, is to make people happy, right? And if you're happy about eating anything that you want to eat, what you think, which other people may think it's like not the thing to do, don't worry about it. There's no laws. You can't go to jail for eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich. You can't go to jail for that. You can't go to jail for having a mayonnaise sandwich with nothing in between it. We used to do it as a kid. I used to do it as a kid, a mayonnaise sandwich as a kid. I used to do that, Okay, so much for that. Let's get off of that, ladies and gentlemen. It's now 29 minutes past the hour. And in case you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we sit here and we sip coffee and we have tea and all kinds of beverages and just have a lot of fun and get involved in anything. I mentioned earlier about those movies that I have for you. I mentioned that at the top of the show. We're going to have all of that for you. That's coming up later on. And we're going to bring you those movies. And I have a few. I have about 3 of them. I think I have 3 for this week. And I'm going to bring them to you because I think you're going to like it. Now, you may want to catch up on some movies. You may want to do that. Catch up on some great movies. And of course, that's what we're going to do. Make sure that you get those things. Okay, as promised, we told you that we were going to bring him in early. And we're going to do that. We try to do our best to accommodate friends here, my friends, my guys. Try to do my best to accommodate him. So here we are at the hour of 10:30. DJ Pete is up and running, ready for some sports. I assume, Pete, that your camera is out of line again today.
Let's see. Well, I think it works. Let's see what happens if I hit this button.
Yeah.
Yep, it's there. Here we are.
Oh, all right. Love seeing you live.
Oh, good to be back. But I said 10:30 because I got a busy day today and I got to take off soon. So
Okay.
So I got a lot of. It's great to be back, folks. I got a lot of birthdays this week of great people. We're going to start with Woody Herman, May 16th, 1913, American jazz clarinetist, saxophonist, singer, and big band.
Are you frozen or because I'm not
leader in swing shift and down under.
Oh, your monitor was frozen for some reason. I don't know.
It's working on this side.
Oh, I guess you're okay now.
I guess I am okay.
Okay. Proceed.
Fun things with the internet there. Yeah. Who else do we have there? So Liberace, born May 16th, 1919. His name was, Ledzio Valentino Liberace, pianist, singer, and actor, born in Wisconsin. Even had a TV show back in the day. He appeared in some films. Let's see, what was it here? Tiger Rag and 12th Street Rag were some of the tunes that he played in those. It was the soundies, they called them back then. When an actual movie back in the early days was a silent film, when sound came out on film, they called them talkies or soundies back then. Let's see, who else do we have? Ray Kondo. He was born as Ray Tremblay, May 16th, 1950, Canadian rockabilly singer, saxophonist, and guitarist. Had a lot of great Western swing tunes and covers of some old standards that he did with a Western swing sound. Really great sound. He also incorporated jazz and blues with a lot of his music. I actually got to work with Ray Kondo about 20 or so years ago. Let's see, who else do we have? Perry Como, May 18th, 1912, American singer, actor, television personality. He was nicknamed Mr. C back in the day. Let's see, who else do we have here? Big Joe Turner, May 18th, 1911, American blues shouter. And I say shouter because his style of singing was literally shouting, most of it. From Kansas City, Missouri. He was they call him the grandfather of rock and roll because a lot of his music influenced people like Bill Haley and other bands back in the 1950s there. A lot of great tunes from him. Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which is Bill Haley did, was originally Joe Turner's tune. Let's see, who else do we have? Georgie Auld, A-U-L-D. Not many people know about him, but he was born May 19th, 1919. Jazz tenor, saxophonist, clarinetist, and big band leader. Had his own big band back during the swing era. Worked with Artie Shaw, Benny Goodman, Dizzy Gillespie, and a lot of great other people back then. Into the more of the modern era, Pete Townsend of The Who, born May 19th, 1945, still around today. The Who recently played in Boston, Massachusetts, a concert down there. He was an English musician, singer, songwriter, co-founder, leader, and of the rock band The Who. The Who had a lot of great music back in the day. Tommy was a great number, and all the music on that actually became a live stage musical and a musical in the movies also. Elton John appeared in a number with The Who playing Pinball Wizard, another popular tune by The Who. Let's see. Joey Ramone, May 19th, 1951, part of the punk rock band, the Ramones. He was a singer and frontman of the Ramones back then. Born in Queens, New York City, back in the day. Was very popular in the 70s punk rock era of music here. Now, here's a person who's not a musician, but worked with musicians. He worked with Bill Haley. He worked with Louis Jordan. He worked with a lot of people. Milt Gabler, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, May 20th, 1911. He was a record producer for Decca Records. And he produced numerous tunes. Like I said, Bill Haley, Louis Jordan, a lot of music in New York City back in the day. Let's see, who else do I have here? Cher was born May 20th, that's today, 1946. American singer, actress, television personality. I always, Frank, I'm sure you watched the Sonny and Cher show back in the day when it was on TV. I was a kid back then and would watch it too. It was a pretty fun show. Her name was, she was born as Sherilyn Sarkisian, if I'm pronouncing that right. Had a great career as an actress and singer. Appeared in the second movie to Mamma Mia called Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and sang a couple of the ABBA tunes in it. Really great. I wasn't too much of a fan of her music. Not saying it, I didn't like it. It just wasn't my style. But when she appeared in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, she rocked those tunes so good. So good back then. So happy birthday to Cher.
He's 76 today. Do you realize?
Yeah.
Do you realize that Cher even admitted to herself? No one said it. She admitted to herself that she couldn't sing.
Yeah. I think I heard about that.
She actually said that. I heard.
Yeah.
It.
But you know what? She can sing. She can sing. She does it really good too.
Yeah, I think she can.
You know? Yeah.
She's just herself. That's all.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else do we have for today, May 20th, 1944? Joe Cocker, English singer, known for his gritty, bluesy voice, dynamic stage performances. Had his own version of a Beatles tune with a little help from my friends, which is actually really kind of cool how he did that. And let's see. Finally, I have Fats Waller, May 24th, 1904. American jazz pianist, organist, composer, violinist, singer, and comedy entertainer too. He did it all. Ain't Misbehaving, Honeysuckle Rose is some of his numbers. Almost every musician out there covered it up to today. Covered those tunes. Bill Haley actually does a really cool version of Ain't Misbehaving. Back when they recorded it there. And let's see, that's what I have for this week, Frank.
Okay, birthdays today here on my side. I have actress Mindy Cohn, who played Natalie of The Facts of Life. She's 56 today.
Yeah.
Susan Carcel, I don't know if you remember the group, you probably don't. It's a group called the Cowsills. Susan was the one of the members in there. She's 63 today.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Joe Cocker would have been 78. Also, Motown Shorty Long would have been 82. He's no longer with us. Comedian George Gobel would have been 103. Israeli politician and General Moshe Dayan would have been 107. And actor James Stewart would have been 114 years
Jimmy
old.
Stewart. Is it?
Oh, then he had a great voice. I loved his voice.
He did. I like how he, I don't know, was it like a stutter almost or something like that?
Almost. I used to think he was acting with that voice. I mean,
Yeah.
but you know something? Anyone with any kind of character who can imitate people, he's one of the ones that people go after. And I know, I remember Sammy Davis Jr. used to do him. And I talked to Bobby Wilson. Bobby Wilson is the son of Jackie Wilson. And I didn't even know this because I was a big fan of Jackie Wilson. Bobby Wilson.
I loved him too. He was great when I was a kid.
And Bobby Wilson told me that his father, Jackie, did imitations of Jimmy Stewart and did it. I didn't even know that.
I'm sure he did.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So I punched up in the chat room some information on my radio shows and stuff, and I'm going to post it up here.
Yeah.
You can catch me on WMPG radio every other Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. to 10 Eastern Time Zone, WMPG.org. I'm also on radio airwaves most every Mondays, 8 p.m. to 10. I got to do an edit there. Playing all sorts of music, radio-airwaves.co.uk.
Okay, that looks great. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because I was pleasantly surprised this morning that you're here. What happened?
So actually, I wasn't supposed to be here. I got booked to work a film in Newport, Rhode Island for an HBO TV series. But unfortunately, someone tested positive for COVID, so they canceled it today. So, but I'm back, but I have other work I have to do today for a graduation, one of the local colleges' fashion program. Actually, they have a runway show today live on their website, and I'm going to be there helping them out. So yeah, I've been so busy. Sorry I haven't been here too much because there's been so much work here in Portland with live events and things like that coming back.
There you go.
So
I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
I'm also happy when I see you come in here too, you know.
And you know, our industry for live events, we're struggling to try to get people to work. We're not the only ones struggling. There's a lot of different industries out there struggling from COVID. A lot of people don't want to go back to work or have taken other jobs or just retired people.
Yeah.
Period. You know, so you know, bear with everyone out there. You know, it's been difficult with a lot of the restaurants around here trying to get food to go. You know, when in the past you could like order out and say, hey, I'm coming to pick up a burger and fries or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they'll have it ready for you. But now it's difficult because they don't have the staff. You know, they're doing the best they can. I'm sure other industries, you know, I heard, you know, stuff being transported, like if you order something online or whatever, it's taking time to get shipped across country or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have the people to do it. So if you're out there and you're looking for work, by all means, get out there and get working.
Yeah.
You know,
when you do it.
But you know, still, this COVID thing is still a reality. It's wear a mask, be safe, distance yourself the best you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you better get a move on because I don't want it to be said that I held you. You're late for the job.
Yeah. So it's only down the street, so I'll be there on time.
Okay. Well, you keep me in the loop on what's going to happen next week, and of course, you always do that anyway. That's the good thing.
I will.
Okay.
All right, Frank. Take care. Shout out to Brian. I guess he wasn't here today, but if he's watching, hey Brian, hope you're doing well, and everybody out there today watching, have a good day.
Have a good day. Take care. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was DJ Pete, and of course, It's always good to see him. He don't get around much anymore. You know, he's a busy man. And, you know, I applaud him for that. I applaud Brian when they're both busy men. Sometimes they can't make it here, you know, but they are always nice enough to leave me the information when they're not here that I can relate to you, just like Brian did this morning with sports, you know, and these guys are good that way. So I really appreciate them both, you know, and they're locked in here. You know, there's no way they're going to be replaced. So guys, if you're looking for anything on this show, these two guys are with me. It's ironclad. Okay. Okay. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Up. That was last night. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And I have to remember that because I have my cup in hand right now. So it's the Coffee Hour, and we're here every Friday at this time, and we bring you all kinds of information. The 2020 feature just wrapped up, of course, with Brian Camp, you know, sports, and DJ Pete with information, news information, things like that, and all kinds of good stuff. And it's happening right here. Pete did mention something that I wanted to elaborate on too. We talked about the COVID. It's still here, it's still alive and well. And people have to remember that. And don't let people tell you, oh, it's all over now. It's all over. We can go out and do whatever we want. No, it's not. It really isn't. And just like DJ Pete said, you know, industries are either folding up or, you know, belly up or whatever you want to call it, or either they're really slow because of this COVID-19 thing going on. And in some areas, particularly in New York, the spike is high. We're on alert here in New York, and we still have to be careful. They're saying that every time we go indoors, mask up. You know, do things normally, but mask up. And if possible, keep a distance, if possible. You know, people are not distancing themselves that much. But this may be a good time to go back to that for a little while. And until we figure out how this thing is going to go on and how it's going to affect us all in the late years, let's stay as healthy as we can for as long as we can, and make sure that we're all safe, you know, because even now this COVID affects so many things. Like I said, it affects all kinds of industry, the food industry, the drug industry, everything. And guess what? You heard the story. You've already heard the story about people who have having a hard time, people who are having babies, young mothers who are having babies are having a hard time finding the right formula for their babies. There's a big shortage of it. And some babies have wound up in the hospital for a lack of the nourishment that they need to stay alive. And so they're feeding these young babies, these infants that don't even know any better, feeding them through intravenous, you know, and it's sad. Do you remember the time when there was like a food shortage? You go to no matter how early you got to the supermarket, the shelves were bare. Remember? I think that's kind of subsiding a little bit now. I think it's a little more better, but I think it's still in certain places, they still have shortages of food. When it gets to the point when you have shortage of food, I mean, all of us have to have food to keep going. And when it gets to that point, people are doing what they did when this pandemic first started. Remember, they started ordering things like wipes and hand sanitizer. Remember that? Remember when they were ordering that and they couldn't find places? People were pulling up their pickup trucks to go to these places to buy not buying food, but buying all kinds of sanitary things, sort of like the wipes and hand sanitizer and Clorox and all of that stuff. And they buy by the bulk as if they were buying to fill up a warehouse. Remember they did that in the beginning, and they were loading up on their trucks, and the rest of us, we couldn't find anything. And it got to the point where people said, okay, we have only a limited amount to sell you. After that, we can't sell you anymore because we want to make sure that everybody, as much as they can, let other people buy as well. There were fights in the stores and the supermarket. It all went viral. You've seen it. fights in the supermarkets because people are buying up everything and not giving anybody else a chance. And we don't want to do that when it comes to food. You know, people get hungry, you know, and we just hope it doesn't, it hasn't gotten to that point yet, but we hope it never gets to that point. And we hope that this formula information, the situation subsides as well, because I am thinking about babies, infants. They don't know any better. Infants, all they know is that when they cry, they're hungry. They know that. Infants know that when they're hungry, you know, and if the parents don't have the right formula for them, you know, God knows what could happen, you know. So, yeah, so, and that's when you come in, you know, that's when we always tell you, please, you know, be aware of all of this. Please mask up, you know, get vaccinated. Now, if you have gotten your booster shot, your first booster shot, and you're 6 months in, if you're 6 months in, this is a good time to get your second booster. I already got mine. I got mine like a couple of weeks ago. And so it's a second booster shot. Now, we don't know if there's going to be a third. We don't know what's going to happen. All we know is that we have to keep an eye, watch out for all of these things that are coming around, and make sure everybody is healthy, everybody's safe, you know. So it's just a reminder. It's just a reminder, because these things are very important. These notifications that I give you each week is very important. You know, and a lot of people say, you know, I still don't believe in shots. I won't take the shots, you know, but please, you know, if you're going to do that, at least stay out of the rest of the way. Stay out of the way of the rest of us, and let us be healthy, and let us be strong, and let us be able to take care of our loved ones, our sons and daughters and families and friends. You know, let us do that. Go someplace else. Don't foster your, I don't know, I don't want to use the word the disease, because it is a disease, and you can contract it and pass it along to others. So stay out of our way. That's all I said. But the rest of you who have the foresight and the knowledge to know that this is good for you, please go get your booster shots, you know. And I still got my eyes on you guys who haven't gotten your shots, not even the first shot yet. I'm pushing for you. I'm praying for you. I'm pushing for you. I want you to get that. You know, I want you healthy. I want you around me, you know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so much for that. It's time to give you that information on the movies. Now, you know those movies we bring you each week. We do from Turner Classic Movies. And of course, we like to give you that information because we want you to add all of that to your to-do list, your bucket list, if you will, and things that you might want to do. Like if you're in the house and you want to catch up on some movies, well, I have some additions for you. You can catch up all kinds of movies, but I have some additions for you that you might like. And they all come from Turner Classic Movies. So let's get started right now. Here's a movie that goes back to 1951. It's called Strangers on a Train. I've seen this movie. I like it, so I recommend it. This is my pick of the week, starring Robert Walker and Farley Granger. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies Saturday, tomorrow at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Everything I give you is Eastern here, so you can check your time zone. Mildred Pierce, which, by the way, was on last night on the movie channel, Movie Definition channel. And it was on that channel last night. I was channel surfing, and it's like I tell you, you can find a lot of things only by channel surfing, but it was on last night. But again, you can catch this. You can catch it on Turner Classic Movie, Mildred Pierce with Joan Crawford from 1945. You can catch it this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to watch it again because I love it so much. I even have it in my archive, so I watch it anytime I want. Mildred Pierce. And finally, if you like musicals, like I like musicals too, we all like musicals, do we? I don't know. 1961, Rosalind Russell and Natalie Wood, something called Gypsy. It's a long movie, and it comes on directly after Mildred Pierce. It comes on at 10 p.m. Sunday Eastern, and that's called Gypsy. And I like that movie. It's a musical, and I like it. So that comes on. So there you have it. Now, for those of you who could say, well, you know, there are other things on Turner Classic Movies that you didn't put up there, but these are only my picks. These are my picks of the week. It's not that I don't like the other movies. These are my picks. But I always, as you already know, urge you to go to Turner Classic Movie, go through the scroll down or scroll through the program guide, and you'll see other movies that you may like, movies that you haven't seen in a long time, movies that are rare, and you can find them right there. All right, on Turner Classic Movies. Also, you can go on Movie on Demand, which you can check out a lot of great movies that date back to the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on. And Moving on Demand, a lot of great movies, all in alphabetical order, and you can find them. There are a lot of movies that you haven't seen in a while. And in case you missed some of these movies, they recycle these movies. They go away, but they come back eventually again, and you can watch them over and over and over again. So you can watch that. If you like sports like I do, you have certain networks that you like, Lifetime movies, they have available movies on Lifetime. You can check that out. And if you like sports, depending on what network it's on, if you missed it in real time, you could always go back and watch it on demand the following day. I like wrestling, so whatever network it's on, I can go to that network on demand and watch whatever I missed. And of course, you have some of the TV shows that you watch. They're all available there. So we urge you to go there and watch them. They're all available to you. So therefore, there you go. So let me repeat those movies again that I have my picks of the week. Stranger on the Train with Robert Walker and Farley Granger. And that's on Saturday. That's 4:15 p.m. Eastern. That's tomorrow. You can check it out. And Mildred Pierce with Joan Crawford. And that's Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Gypsy with Rosalind Russell and Natalie Wood. That's on Sunday right after Mildred Pierce at 10 p.m. Eastern. So those are my picks of the week. And I hope you will like those movies. They're all there for you. And you got a lot of other plans, I'm pretty sure. A lot of people are going to do a lot of things. And if the weather is good, you're going to go outside, you're going to go to the beach, you're going to barbecue, you're going to do whatever it takes. Brian told me he's in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I think he said he's going to Georgia for the weekend. You know, some people like to travel for the weekend. Now, again, if you're going to travel, and this goes back to what I say for safety for this COVID, if you're going to travel, mask up. People are going to fly, you mask up. If you're driving, it's no big deal, right? You're driving, you're in your own car, right? But if you're going to travel with others, you're going to take the subways, the buses, you're going to fly, you're going to do this and that, and you're going out to bars and restaurants, mask up. Indoors, mask up. You know, of course, obviously, you're not going to be masked up while you're eating, of course, right? But for the most part, you want to mask up if you're going into public places. You know, indoor arenas, mask up. You know, if you're going to watch a wrestling match live, right there at the stadium, wherever they are, wherever they travel, you want to mask up. Some people don't, but, you know, be wise, be smart, and behave yourself too. And so that's all the information that we have for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining us, you're late. You are late, but that's okay. That's okay. We love you anyway. And in case you're watching us, we're all around the world. We're global. This is the coffee hour. We're global. We're all around the world. We come on Facebook, which we're all live right now. We come on YouTube and Instagram as well. I see all my friends out there, so I want to thank you for being along with us. We invite all of you. Next week, you don't have to do it now because the show is just about over. But if you're on Facebook watching us, you can always tag your friends, tag this show to your friends when we're on the air, and they'll see it as well. Now, for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that way you will be able to catch us with notification when we're on live or when we post something or anything, because that's the benefit of being part of the subscriber of my YouTube channel. So please, you can do that. And that's all well and good. We really enjoy it. And I enjoyed this show today. I enjoy it, as I always do. Every Friday, I enjoy being here with you. And I think it's a lovely thing to be here with you. You can catch me next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern And you can catch me right here on Talk Back Live. That's Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be along with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's here with that information. And of course, I have all kinds of information like the movies and this day in history and all of that. That's all coming up. That's next Thursday. Other than that, I will be back here next week, next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right? For more of the coffee hour, you, me, and all of us together, and we're going to sit and have some coffee and indulge in great conversation. So guys, have yourself a great weekend, a great day, and I will catch you back here next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.